Ladies and gentlemen, the Serena nerf actually exists. It has happened. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Valby's Farm. I did read the patch notes and I did come across this, but I didn't give a crap. I was more focused on Borderlands. However, Serena actually got nerfed. Now, the way Serena has been nerfed is in a strange way. So, if we look at a passionate sponsor, which is when buffing / recovering an ally is going to be the main thing over here. Now with Serena's third ability, the red module Heim, they made it so that the effect quote doesn't repeat or whatever the hell they wrote on there. What this essentially means is you can't loop or stack Heim. Now this also applies for your weapon because your weapon is based off the same concept, using a buff / recovery skill. Now what they've essentially done is made it so that only one person in the lobby can actually activate passionate sponsor. Kana, my friend here, is gonna activate his third ability and he is gonna be buffing Apocalyptos and himself. So you can see there he got multi-circulation and passionate sponsor. Now if I try doing the same thing myself, I do not proc passionate sponsor, even though I should technically be buffing these two. So the way they've nerfed Serena is by essentially turning her into a you have to proc your own buffs first, otherwise you will not get anything out of it. Now, is this a good thing? I have absolutely no idea. What this does essentially turn Serena into is a let's fight for your own life type of thing. Now, what changes on Serena's build? Now, you might not be running anything that's even remotely close to this, but I do think for Wall Crasher at least, or just in general, using Final Wish on Serena is completely fine. Then replacing the skill cost modules with cooldown modules to basically get your cooldown spamming is going to work the best. For me, I already used to just use the multi-talented setup, so for me it's not really been an issue. As for your weapon with the Excava, which you might have felt a damage loss on, completely fine, we can easily fix this. You remove multi-circulation, and you're going to want to replace this with, oops, where's it gone? You remove multi-circulation, and you're going to want to put on Ultra Precision Strike. Let me just show a catalyst into there. You're just going to want to replace it with Ultra Precision Strike. This means that you basically have to weak point harder and you have to hit your weak points for the buff off here, but Wall Crasher's weak points are so big that it really doesn't matter. You won't be missing out on too much. The loss in terms of damage is not substantial from what I've ran. I've been running Serena every Wall Crasher for like the last 4 or 5-ish hours, give or take, something like that. So it's not the biggest loss I've ever seen in my life, but I'd use the multi-talented setup anyway, so for me, I've not really noticed it. Now, I know a lot of people were using passionate sponsor on Serena, so yeah, there is definitely going to be people affected. Other than that, same thing for the Ancient Knight. You'd basically just wrong one. You'd basically just remove multi-circulation and replace it with the Ultra Precision Strike is the main thing. Other than that, we're gonna go run a Wall Crasher real quick. So yeah, let's go run that one real quick. I'll just give you a quick show of what I experienced, at least when I use Serena inside of a Wall Crasher. Now, I'm sure you kind of already know what to expect. Serena is still going to be doing plenty of damage, and yeah, there's not really too much that has changed. Yeah, you're gonna go Sharon? Yeah, go for it, Apple. Yeah, go for it. I think the setup hasn't really massively changed. It is an interesting change. I'm not 100% sure if it is intentional. That's the only thing. You can tell that, you know, just the way that this has been implemented, it's definitely not ideal, and the developers have stealth nerfed or stealth buffed things in the past. For example, Narcissism, the module for Bunny, got a really big buff a while back. It was a very long time ago. I'm talking like 2 seasons ago, but or a season ago at least. But that did get a shadow fix as well. So I'm still on the fence on whether I think this is intentional or not. Has my game just froze? Nope, we're good. Right. I still am on the fence as to whether I think this is intentional. Anyways, I'll run some Wall Crasher and I'll show you what my experience is, at least with Serena, because I don't really experience much of a change regardless. This is just, you know, Wall Crasher Serena gameplay. Something you've seen a million times before. once the game decides to load us in, we can lock in and yeah, let's just run it. I'll shut up so you guys can enjoy the music, but I will make sure to show you my damage at the end. I apparently spawned in late because, you know, amazing. And yeah, the rest of the Serena gameplay is essentially still the same. You just absolutely want to make sure you lock in on his weak points, and that's pretty much it. Very, very scuffed example, to say the least, especially given that, you know, I spawned in very late as well. Definitely not the best example I could have given you, but even in this, I still managed to hit 600 million in like half a minute or whatever. We'll run that back real quick because it's not like I've got anything better to do, and I'll show you hopefully an entire run. Hopefully I don't spawn in at the end, but in terms of damage and build, she's really not changed much. You just trust in the xAlisa still, and or the Ancient Knight completely. Either one of them works perfectly fine, and you just want to run it the normal way. Just change one module. For as far as nerfs go, is this what I would have wanted to see for Serena? I don't know, to be fair, but it's definitely something. It's definitely something. Let me know what you lot think in the comment section, because for once, oh, kind of got 2.1 billion. Yeah, there you go. That's what happens when you actually spawn in on time. It's actually interesting. It's really interesting. I didn't think they'd ever do it, but a shadow nerf I think is probably the better way to go around it, because if they blatantly upfront nerf Serena, the community is going to go into an absolute frenzy, you know, how they normally do. So I don't think it's a bad thing. Is it a good thing? Probably, yeah. It just means Serena's even more I'm going to do everything on my own type descendant. Alright, let's run this again. What is going on with the gameplay? Holy. Serena's first ability still does run across all of the Serenas in the lobby, so that's something that's nice to see, I guess. It just means that, you know, you don't need to regen your own ammo as well. Okay, kind of a scuff run, but let's have a quick look at my damage, and I guarantee you my damage in this run will be better. Yeah, there you go. About 1.5 billion in 54 seconds. Kind of got 2.2, so between the two of us, we got about 3.6, 3.7. And just for reference, because, you know, I'm sure you're wondering, Kana is literally just running the exact same thing. So it's just skill issue and the fact that I'm probably lagging because I'm recording. Even with build, he has changed over to this. This is what I was suggesting. Running the 2 focus on modules for cooldown along with Final Wish is pretty much what you're gonna expect. So yeah, there you go. That's basically been today's video. Let me know what you guys think about the actual Serena nerfs, I guess. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.